All right. First of all, if you are a Google Tables user, I apologize for the title of this. I know that it sucks to have your product shut down by Google, but this is primarily an AppSheet channel. And I do think that Google shutting down tables is a good sign of things to come for AppSheet. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google sent out an email this week to all of the Google Tables users saying that they're planning to shut that service down for good on December 16th, 2025. And what Google Tables was really an Airtable competitor. It's something that they built in 2020, or they built and released initially in 2020. And it's been in their kind of incubator type space ever since. It never really moved out. I think it's called Area 120. Never moved out of that area into a full Google product. It has really existed within this incubator space. And it did have a lot of features in common with AppSheet, things like the ability to create forms on top of your data and to create automations on top of your data and to call out to webhooks. So a lot of the same type of capabilities that AppSheet had. So the three reasons that I think this is good for AppSheet are, first of all, that Google is recommending that users either migrate over to Google Sheets or to AppSheet as their data source once the Google Tables is shut down. And they're really primarily recommending the move to AppSheet, which really does make sense because, as I was just mentioning, there is a very large overlap in the features that exist between the two of them. Number two is just consolidation of resources. So theoretically, Google has had people maintaining Google Tables up until this point, just making sure that things are working properly, that the lights are on, all that kind of stuff. So they are theoretically, again, I have no knowledge of this, but theoretically going to move some of those resources now over to the AppSheet side of things, which means more people to make sure things are running smoothly, to potentially address some, user requests and bugs and things like that that have existed for quite a while. So that's number two. Number three is along those same lines, and that is really that there is certain aspects of Google Tables that I preferred to AppSheet. It was a very integrated product between the data storage and the different kind of layer on top of the data storage, including the ability to create those forms and automations and call out to webhooks, all that kind of capability. It was very neatly integrated, and I feel worked really smoothly. There's some areas of AppSheet where I feel are still a little bit more disjointed feeling. And my hope is that, again, if we are bringing some engineering resources over from the table side into AppSheet, that some of that engineering influence could come over to the AppSheet side and help improve some of the user interface paradigms and such that we have on the AppSheet side. All right, so those are my three reasons why I feel like this is good for AppSheet users. And then I have two kind of bonus reasons that I feel that this is good for Tables users, at least in the long term. Again, I know that it sucks immediately. They got to learn a new platform, you got to migrate data, all that kind of stuff. But I do think that it's a good thing long term because AppSheet does have a few benefits over Tables as well. And the first one of those things is just the support for multiple data sources. So Tables was very integrated between its actual data storage and all of those features and the UI features on top of the data storage, where AppSheet really keeps those two concepts separate. So if you were using Tables because you liked doing no-code development, it helped with your productivity, all those kind of things, you probably couldn't use that for every single case within your business because you probably have your data stored in different places other than just tables, things like a spreadsheet or things like a SQL database or Airtable, other platforms, things like that. Well, AppSheet is designed to really be able to work with those different data sources and basically just provide that user interface layer on top of that. So once you get up to speed with AppSheet, you could potentially use it for more things than you were able to use Tables for because it can connect to all those different data sources that you might have for other areas of your business. And then my final bonus reason is that if you were using Tables to start with, you probably liked tinkering around with things, experimenting with no-code type of products and stuff like that. And this is just another reason to learn another one of those things and a very similar one. So I imagine if you did any extended work with Tables, you'll be be able to fairly easily get into AppSheet, understand what the different concepts are and things like that. There are like honestly likely things that you'll probably be annoyed by as well. But the more people that we have on the AppSheet side using it, submitting feature requests to Google, things like that, hopefully we can start to improve that and really move the AppSheet product forward in general. All right, and one final thing on that. If you are moving over to AppSheet, be sure to check out my AppSheet Advisor AI assistant. It is a Chrome extension that is an AI assistant, obviously, that runs within the AppSheet editor, helps answer questions that you have, tells you how to do things, etc. So you don't have to spend a bunch of time searching the web, trying to find answers for things that may or may not work. You can basically just ask a question right where you're working and it'll give you the answer. So really designed to help you get up to speed quickly and to be able to work quickly to be able to use AppSheet for all kinds of things. So check that out. There is a link to it down below. And if you are coming over to AppSheet, welcome. Glad to have you over here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel as well because I post new videos about AppSheet and AppSheet related topics every week. All right, that's all I got for today. As always, thanks for watching and happy building.